This vintage sled looks like it's straight out of every Christmas movie. Hey there, I'm Scott. Thank you for stopping by. I'm the owner of sawsonskates.com, where I share easy woodworking plans, space-saving workshop solutions, and beginner-friendly courses. Today I'll show you how to make this sled in a weekend with just 4 basic tools, then give it a finish that makes it look like it's been around for decades. You'll find the full plans on my site, complete with dimensions, step-by-step instructions, and a runner template that takes all the guesswork out. I'll leave the link in the description below this video. This sled idea had been rattling around in my head for a while. I'd seen one pop up in a Facebook woodworking group, and then there was one on display in the carriage barn at the Historical Society where I volunteer. The one online had these great lines in the runners, and the one at the museum had this old, worn finish. I thought, what if I combined those two into one build? And here's the thing, you can make this in a weekend with just 4 basic tools: a miter saw, jigsaw, drill, and a pocket hole jig. No jointer, no planer, no bandsaw, just the basics. And if you're worried about getting those sled runner curves just right, don't. I've got you covered with a printable template. You just trace it, cut it, and both runners match perfectly. No guesswork. Here's a quick tip. When you print the template, double check that the scale is set to 100%. You'll usually find that under More Settings. I built mine from inexpensive pine boards, budget-friendly and easy to work with. Pine isn't the most durable choice for outdoor use, but for a decorative sled like this, it works perfectly. If you want to take it up a notch, try a hardwood like oak or walnut for a high-end heirloom look. I always get questions about this clamp and bench setup whenever I show it in a video. It's the Craig Mobile Project Center paired with their bench clamp. My workbench is actually 2 of these side by side. Unfortunately, they've discontinued the Mobile Project Center, which is a bummer because it's so handy. Sanding is one of my least favorite parts of a project, so I'm always looking for shortcuts. For the outside edges, I like using a disc sander. This one's a cheap model from Harbor Freight, but plain sandpaper works too if you don't have one. This trick will save you so much frustration sanding inside curves. A portable spindle sander is my go-to because it gets right into those hard-to-reach spots. You can get the job done with a folded piece of sandpaper too. It'll just take a little more time. To give the runners that classic sled look, I rounded over the edges with a router and a roundover bit. It makes them look like they could actually slide across fresh snow. Don't have a router? No problem. Sandpaper will do the trick too. If you're sensing a trend here that most of these steps could be done with sandpaper, you're not wrong. What I love about woodworking is that there's usually more than one way to get the job done. There are lots of safe, smart ways to reach the same result. You might see me using a router, or a disc sander, or a spindle sander, but you could achieve a similar finish with nothing more than a sanding block. It just takes a little more time and elbow grease. The important thing is, use what you have. Before you try to drive pocket hole screws in a tight spot, watch this. The sled's interior is pretty tight, so to attach the stretchers to the runners, I used pocket hole screws with my drill and a right angle attachment. That little tool makes it way easier to get into those cramped spots. I also rounded over the seat slats. The one mistake that can ruin your board is routing in the wrong order. If you do the edge grain first and then the end grain is likely to tear out. Instead, start with the end grain. That way, any tear out gets cleaned up when you round over the edge grain. This trick will save you a lot of frustration when attaching the seat slats. I marked the screw locations first, so they'd be evenly spaced and in the exact same spot on each slat. It only takes a minute, and it makes the whole project look neat, clean, and professional, like it rolled right out of a factory. To give the sled an antique look, I started with an aged wood accelerator. After it dried overnight, I felt like it needed a little more depth, so I gave it a light sanding and brushed on a coat of water-based dark walnut stain. Once that dried, I finished it off with 3 coats of matte polyurethane, just enough protection without that shiny plastic look. This sled is perfect for holiday decorating, and it works all winter long. Picture it under your Christmas tree piled with presents, or leaning against the fireplace with some greenery draped over it. However you style it, it adds that cozy, classic winter feel. To get your copy of the sled plan, head over to my site, sawsonskates.com, using the links in the description box below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support my building plans.